time I want to go for operation, I will connect on phone. I will call them on phone, like let's meet so and so place. Before we start going for the operation. Okay, the highest money we collected is from first act $1 million.
The federal government gave him opportunity to reform and re-educate himself. They gave him scholarship at a maximum security prison, Kirikiri.
The Nigerian government have got tongues wagging following reports that a convicted kidnap kingpin, Evans, is seeking an official pardon. According to his lawyer, the notorious kidnapper is not only a born-again Christian but also got a federal government scholarship to study for a degree and is doing well as a 200-level student.
The outcome of the scholarship is that today he has NECO, he has NCE, merit. That is almost distinction. And he was admitted on merit to Open University. And he's on 200 level.
Over a decade, the cunning and notorious kidnapper ravaged the southern part of Nigeria as the leader of the most dreaded kidnap ring. According to the police, who spent years trying to apprehend Evans, he is one of the wealthiest kidnappers known, as it demands nothing less than $1 million from each hostage. Unfortunately, his underworld activities ended abruptly in 2017 after he was caught. Since then, Evans has undergone 2 separate trials for his crimes and has received 2 separate sentences. But this does not even begin to cover the damage that he has done over the years, as there are still several ongoing cases against him from many of his victims.
He was so sophisticated in his job that he was doing so well in kidnapping. You just said the news. It only look as if government won't release them.
Surprisingly, it looks like the notorious kidnapper has found a genius plan to evade answering for his crime. But the question is, will the Nigerian government help him?
If the plea bargain and clemency which we are pursuing is acceptable to Lagos State government and he is let out of prison, he will be under the custody of Lagos State government.
Will the government grant Evans clemency and reintegrate him back into society? Is Evans truly a changed man now, or is he pretending?
What's good, guys? It's Tikod here for African Glitz.
Once upon a time, criminal mastermind Chukwudumeme Onwamadike, popularly known as Evans, wasn't just another kidnapper in Nigeria. The crime boss was the most dreaded kidnapper in the southern region of Nigeria, as his fame spread far and near for carefully picking and kidnapping only high-profile and wealthy victims. Not only was his operation often smooth, but Evans's identity was largely unknown for a long time, making it harder for law enforcement agencies to catch up with him. When they finally did in June of 2017, the notorious kidnapper, who is a native of Nnewi, Anambra State, had allegedly killed several of his victims and made millions of dollars in ransom. According to the Nigerian police force, which described Evans as the billionaire kidnapper, he is one of the wealthiest criminals in kidnapping activities in Nigeria. The crime boss was known for demanding nothing less than $1 million and would often go as high as $2 million, depending on how wealthy he thinks his victims are. The Inspector General of Police Special Intelligence Response Team (IRT) of the Nigerian Police Force also revealed that Evans is very smart, crafty and intelligent, explaining how he managed to evade arrest for 4 years despite topping the list of most wanted criminals in 3 states: Lagos, Edo and Anambra states. Following his highly publicized arrest, the kidnap kingpin was charged with 52 counts of multiple murders, armed robberies, kidnappings, unlawful possession of firearms, unlawful possession of ammunition, and conspiracy, among others. On February 25, 2022, a Lagos State High Court found Evans and 2 of his accomplices guilty of the kidnap of Donatus Dunu, the Chief Executive Officer of Maidon Pharmaceuticals Limited. Chief Dunu miraculously escaped on the night Evans and his gang were going to kill him after they kept him for 90 days in their hideout. In the ruling, the trial judge sentenced the notorious kidnapper to life imprisonment because he showed no remorse in the dock and tried to lie his way out of the crimes despite the video evidence. Evans was also ordered to refund the 233,000 euros ransom he coercively collected from Chief Dunu. In addition, they ordered the convicted kidnapper to pay 50 million naira as general damages to Chief Dunu. Later, in September 2022, an Ikeja High Court judge sentenced Evans to 21 years imprisonment for kidnapping a businessman, Sylvanus Ahamunu, and collecting $420,000 as ransom from his family. Shockingly, this is not the only case against the kidnap kingpin. Even after 2 convictions, Evans has a long list of victims, both living and dead, that they and their families keep seeking justice, so much so that Nollywood made a blockbuster movie about him in 2023.
We know a lot about how he carries out his operations, but absolutely nothing about the man.
Documenting how the kidnapper conducted his criminal activities while living a double life as a respectable member of society.
Plus, kidnappers have terrorized Lagos for the past few years.
You try him.
Open the door. Collecting a minimum of $1 million from each of the hostage.
As of the time of scripting, the billionaire kidnapper is still standing trial in 2 ongoing cases. Surprisingly, the criminal mastermind is determined not to serve time for his crime, even though not all his victims have gotten justice. Coming after the Lagos state government rearranged him on amended 5 counts bordering on murder, attempt to murder, and conspiracy to commit kidnapping, Evans is now seeking a pardon from the Lagos state government. According to the crime boss's legal representative during a January 21, 2025 hearing, Evans is now a changed person and wants to be reintegrated into society. The lawyer of the notorious kidnapper argued that the federal government had already given them a second chance by awarding him a scholarship. During his 7 years in prison, Evans bagged a Nigerian certificate in education, a teaching qualification in Nigeria, and his ambition is to take up a PhD. Evans's lawyer also claimed that he sat for the National Examinations Council (NECO) and passed with flying colors. In fact, he made A1 in all his papers in NECO while in prison. All this was made possible through a scholarship given to him by the federal government, the lawyer argued. According to the kidnap kingpin lawyer, he is now born again and would be an ambassador against crime if granted clemency, adding that he is repentant. He was a young man consumed by crime, but he is now remorseful. Presently, he is a 200-level student at the National Open University. If Evans is given a second chance, he will not misuse it, the lawyer added.
Our plea, we have mentioned it to the court that we have a plea. When it is acceptable, the charge will be dropped against him, a fresh charge will be filed, and he will plead guilty to the fresh charge. He will be a slave to Lagos state government till the end of his life. He will work for them, be under their care till the end of his life, and it will be productive.
While Evans's plea bargain is still in court, fear and outrage have taken over social media as many blame the government for not insisting on a death sentence for the criminal mastermind. Many also insist that a pardon not be granted because the government of Lagos State will be setting a dangerous precedent. It's no secret that Nigeria adopts a restorative justice system where the end goal is rehabilitation for criminals. However, many fear that Evans is not a changed man. Even worse, he may have powerful people behind him and is a danger to society. Reacting to the news on Instagram, a user wrote, "Scholarship to Evans the kingpin in prison." While a lot of young, academically sound teenagers and youths from poor families are roaming the streets of Nigeria after their secondary school because their parents cannot afford to send them to the university. One asked, "Does studying for a degree ease the pain of his victims to bring back lives lost? Clemency should be reserved for those unjustly punished or truly deserving, not for a criminal mastermind who terrorized families, destroyed lives, and profited off human suffering. Rehabilitation does not equal absolution." Another user questioned, "Why is he still alive? Someone nearly got killed for stealing a chicken and Baba is on scholarship." One asked, "So how will the families of the victims understand and live with this development?" One user added, "There are poor people who need this scholarship, not Evans. Una won't use style release him. Ha! Naija, my country." Also reacting, one user predicted, Watch out for Evans. He will contest an election and win soon. Another added, no way you go dey Nigerian prison where you don't go born again. Let him be preaching the gospel in prison. Another lamented, Evans the kidnapper has people in power. You can't tell me otherwise. Why is his case so special that he was given a scholarship in prison and a push to be pardoned after 7 years? See, Nigeria is the best place for rich criminals, and it's saddening.
At this point, I am beginning to believe the rumors that some of these big men in Nigeria, especially some of these government officials, might be involved in kidnapping and highway robbery and even organ trafficking. Because this is not making sense to me. Because tell me the meaning of this nonsense news. You know, if governments want to do something crazy, they will put it in your face. Then they'll see how you will react to the news. Now, if you don't know who Evans the Kidnapper is, Evans the Kidnapper is a notorious kidnapper that was arrested about 8-9 years ago, that made a lot of money from alleged kidnapping, billions of naira. I think he was arrested then by Abakari. I think he was arrested by Abakari's team, because Abakari was the one that had the whole gadget that Evans the Kidnapper had. Now, rumors said that Evans the Kidnapper had some gadgets that if he enters here and tries to kidnap anybody, the whole network in this place, he would jam their network. He was so sophisticated in his job that he was doing so well in kidnapping. People like this supposed to be alive. The fact that this guy is even alive is just even crazy to me. Meanwhile, you know they plan to release this guy. Meanwhile, some people are still awaiting trial in prison. I came out of prison that time and I told you something. I said, see, inside the Kuje prison where they lock me, if there are 10,000 criminals, if there are 1,000 suspects in that prison, about 800 are awaiting trial. They are waiting trial over petty crimes, and they are waiting trial. They have been there for like 7-8 years. Some of them still petty things where they go lock them up. Meanwhile, they won't leave Evans the Kidnapper.
Tell us, guys, what do you think about Evans the Kidnapper's application for pardon? Do you believe he is a changed man, or is he pretending to be born again just to be granted clemency? Would you say Nigerians have a reason to be afraid and angry about Evans's application? Do you see the Lagos state government granting him clemency even though he has been convicted twice and still has ongoing cases against him?
Let's head to the comment section to share our opinion. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share with your loved ones. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we drop a new video. Thanks for watching. It's Tikod here, and I'll see you again soon.